Welcome, Cinepals. I'm Jabby Kaway, joined by KRISTEN STEPHENSONPINO.
Hello.
I have been wanting to do this trailer for a little bit, and it's like I keep forgetting about it. And then you just mentioned how you were a model for Tetris.
Yep.
So
They have their first jewelry line, and I happen to be one of their first models. And I was so excited because I'm obsessed with Tetris, and I'm really good at it.
I've bought multiple iterations of Tetris myself. So very excited about this. I know quite a bit about this story because of a YouTuber named Video Game Historian. It's a very in-depth video that was very, very fun to watch. So if you haven't seen that, you should check it out. We have a trailer here starring Taron Egerton. I messed his name up. But we have a video here starring, we have a trailer here for a movie starring Taron Egerton. You guys, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, vote this up, let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
Tetris?
Tetris.
Tetris. Tetris.
Tetris.
It's the perfect game. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen.
Is this the making of Tetris?
Yeah.
Stop.
I played for 5 minutes. I still see falling blocks in my dreams.
That's
It's
neat.
poetry, art, and math all working in magical synchronicity. It's the perfect game. Tetris?
Tetris.
Tetris. Tetris.
Tetris. I don't get it.
It's a combination of tetra, Greek for four, and tennis.
Tennis.
The Russian inventor, he likes tennis. Hazel.
This game isn't just addictive, it stays with you. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Hank, only 10 other people in the world have seen what you're about to see.
Yo, just so you know, this is not the tone I was expecting at all. I thought this was going to go way more serious than it
I
did.
do too, by the way it looks.
Yeah, especially the story that I know. It's a very serious story.
It's called the Game Boy.
Package it with Tetris.
Can you get us the rights?
This is a
The
true
Soviet
story.
Union had worldwide rights. Nothing
this
gets out
out?
easily.
I'm gonna go to
I
Moscow.
don't know yet.
You're walking into a country
That still considers America enemy numero uno.
Okie dokie.
You sure you don't have to talk to your wife about this first?
Pioneers have to bet the house to win.
But not literally.
Listen. Have you ever heard our apartment this quiet before?
This is the inventor of Tetris.
Your game is brilliant. I'm gonna make you a millionaire.
Mr. Hodges, have you ever negotiated with the Soviets?
We're here for Tetris.
Мы все здесь только ради денег.
What do you say? I don't speak Russian.
The most powerful man in Communist Party is watching you and your family.
Do you know where your husband is?
What the hell is going on?
Look how real this is getting.
Changing,
Yeah.
and Soviet Union will not be left behind.
You want to play with the big boys? This is how the world works.
Where is my
Oh.
money?
This is insane.
Over
We
Tetris?
can't protect you.
Sometimes you gotta forget the rules.
I did not know this was a...
Well, I think this is
This criminal
artistic licensing here with some of the dramatizing.
is about to implode.
They're lying. Everybody's lying.
The cavalry is coming.
We don't have time.
I have a plan.
Tetris!
Oh, come on. You guys are the kings of cliffhangers.
Not the bad.
That is way more epic than I was anticipating. I mean, I know this story, but goddamn.
I don't know the Tetris story. I'm just obsessed with Tetris.
All of the action stuff that you're seeing, and the car chase, and then like them breaking into the apartment and all that, that's a bit of artistic licensing. But it's
Okay.
fun. It makes for good drama.
Yeah.
Like you would never think it went to that scale, but I'm sure it felt like that for the people involved. Like that epic. The drama was more around the legalities of Tetris because what happened was the guy who made it is Russian and worked for the Russian government, and he designed it during his off time while working for the Russian government. So the Russian government was claiming it as their own. In real life, what happened was the guy who made Tetris never actually saw a dime of that Tetris money.
Stop.
Yeah, that's not where the story ends, though. I'm not
Okay,
gonna say.
okay.
I'm not gonna say any more than that because I'm sure the movie will like go into it.
Okay, I have to see it.
Yeah, but like,
Oh, March 30. Yo.
yeah,
Yo, we going?
yeah.
Boy.
It's streaming. You can just watch it on your phone.
Oh.
Yeah,
No, I went
just
to
as
the
exciting as the theater.
I haven't been to the theater in a long time.
First off, I really like that they're going into this because I've always wanted to see a movie about making a video game. I've always wanted to see that since I was a kid. I asked myself as a kid, like, how come they haven't done this? Like, there's a lot of drama there. There's certainly bound to be lots of drama, especially in the last few years. You've heard about so much drama that goes on in making video games. It's been very public, all this legal shit and stories I'm not going to go into. But like all that in mind, it's shocking to me that we haven't had more stories that dive into that. The only thing that we've had that kind of covered it that I can recall off the top of my head is a comedy that came out a few years ago called Free Guy. It was making fun of the making of video games. It wasn't like this at all. I'm very excited about this for multiple reasons. You know, the fact that they're going into the making of a video game, and the fact that they're going into the making of one of the earliest video games, and the fact that it's about Tetris of all games. Like, because I love Tetris myself, and you've seen so many iterations of it since its first, you know.
I have it on my
inception.
phone. I play it all the time.
There you go.
When I'm bored or at the airport. Love it!
Ba-da-bum-bum.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna watch it.
It's very clear that they're taking artistic licensing with this when you see that they're doing the car chase and then like things start turning into video game pieces.
I'm like, but I'm looking at it like, I feel like they might use Tetris as like a way to get out of things and they'll like start turning mathematical or something, you know? That's what it starts making you think. You're like, oh, the Tetris move. Oh, if we do this.
No, but I think that some people do have a Tetris brain. Like, yeah,
Sometimes.
Me too. Like there are
When I'm
people who
moving
just sort of
things around.
think like that. Years ago, a buddy of mine who does VFX, he moved into this house. I don't know if this story's interesting, but he moved into this house and he was trying to get his couch into his video game room. Like of all rooms, right? Talking about Tetris. And what happened was there was like 8 of us. We were trying to get the couch through the hallway.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's just not gonna work. Everyone was giving up. I'm like, no, we are getting this couch into that room. We're gonna do it. I know there's a way. There's a way. If you just try, there's a way. I was like, I was trying, like, pivot this way, pivot this way, pivot this way. And
Like friends.
Yeah, like friends. And eventually we got through the room. And my buddy who lived there was like, man, your tenacity to get this done is what got the couch in there. I was like, yes, because there was a fucking way. You just have to be positive and determined and you'll get it in there. I don't understand people giving up so soon.
I did that in my room.
What'd you do?
At my mom's. So my old room in her home, I had a really narrow door.
Yeah.
My stepdad ended up hitting the roof.
Your what?
Stepdad?
Oh, your stepdad, okay.
Yeah, he hit the roof and like dinged it.
Yeah.
And he was getting so frustrated, he just left it there and got stuck. And I'm like, are you serious? This is not that hard. So I asked my mom to come up and I'm like, we don't need him. Like let's do this. We always move furniture. And I'm like, she's like, yeah, but it's stuck. And I'm like, that's okay. And I'm like looking at it. And I'm like, he's so dumb. How come he didn't remove this? You know, and I started removing things. And then all of a sudden I'm like, all right, lift it up. And then, cause like it curves like this.
Yeah.
So right here's narrow and then it gets a little wider on top. Mm-hmm. So you had to like curve it just like you were kind of doing yours. And we got it through. Once we got it through, we couldn't like turn it again to lay it down.
Yeah.
So she's like trying to push. I was like, stop pushing it. We just have to
Jimmy it.
We got to jimmy this way. And then we'll go this way, and then we're gonna turn it.
Yeah.
And so we do it, and it just went in so smoothly.
You gotta have a Tetris brain.
Yeah. I'm really good at like stacking things, making more room.
Yeah.
And like moving things where it looks, you know.
Yeah.
And some people you sit there and you watch them, and you're like,
why did you do it that way?
doing?
Yeah, it's like why are you doing it that way?
That looks so dumb.
Your stuff is cluttered. Like there's a way to come on.
Yes. And there's always a way to make it look neat.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm like, and I sit there sometimes, like my sisters and stuff, when I watch them do things, I'm like,
why did you do that? Yeah.
what is going through your brain? How come you can't see this?
I remember I went to my brother's apartment once when he was living right next door to me. I go into his room for some reason because he needed something in his room. He needed help with something. I go into his room. His TV is on top of like a few shoe boxes or something. So he could watch TV from his bed. It was something absurd like that, or Amazon boxes. I'm like, why didn't you get like a TV? Why is this like this? Greg, what are you doing?
Did he laugh?
No, he just was like, he doesn't give a shit. His wife is the one who helps. His wife thinks like us. His wife is the one that organizes his life for him. But I'm just like, why would you? How did you get a girlfriend like this? Like, this is... Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm Jabby Koi. This is
KRISTEN STEPHENSONPINO.
Peace out.